Good evening, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another yoga practice with me, Yogi Parks. Tonight's class is going to be a short 10-minute yin practice. So on that note, let's go ahead and get started. For this practice, you might want either a bolster, a padding, towel, or bolster, padding, towel, or even a pillow for your hips when we do Pigeon Pose. So go ahead, if you want to grab something like that, pause this, grab that, come back, press play, and let's go ahead and let's meet in downward facing dog. So you've got your prop to the side. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put my bolster right here in the middle of the mat for Pigeon Pose now, and I'm going to come into downward facing dog that way. So go ahead, hands at the top of the mat, tuck your toes. Let's press up and back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And for this first downward facing dog, pedal out the feet as usual. Maybe nod the head yes and no. Down dog will be a transition pose. We'll come back to it a couple of times. So you'll have an opportunity to go deeper into it later. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go for our first pigeon pose. Our first real deep restorative pose. So when you're ready, on an inhale, go ahead and take your right leg back. And then on an exhale, bring your right leg forward. And you're going to settle your hips down. Get your hips nice and settled on either your bolster, blanket, pad, or pillow. Or maybe nothing. Maybe you don't need a prop at all. That's totally fine too. But go ahead, hips in neutral. Get your hips settled. I need to clean my block, so I don't have a block for this practice, but I'm going to give options for that as well. So let's go ahead and slowly come down on top of that right leg. And options here, you can either come down onto your forearms, or you can use a block, or if you want to stack one fist on top of the other, you're more than welcome to do that and rest your forehead down. So there's options there. I'm going to go ahead and just take my hands shoulder width apart and my elbows shoulder width apart and just have my forearms planted on the mat / ground. I'm going to close my eyes and I invite all of you guys to go ahead and close your eyes with me and let's just get nice and settled into this pigeon pose. We're going to hold here for about a full minute and I've got the timer going, so I'm paying attention to that. Let's breathe. If you've got your forearms down on the mat, make sure not to drop down into your shoulders while holding this pose. Again, I've got my eyes closed, and let's try to, while we're in this yin practice, try to slow your exhale down. Try to slow your exhale down. The reason why we do this is we release stress on our exhale. So I even invite you to try to make your exhale twice as long as your inhale. We'll play a little game with it. We'll do a little over a minute actually, since I did so much talking. I want to make sure we get a good deep breath here. Just getting a nice hip opening. We hold so much tension in our hips. And then we'll slowly come out of this side of pigeon. We'll slowly come up onto the hands, tuck your toes, lift your knee off the mat. We're going to come back into downward facing dog. So here we are again, downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths here. Totally cool if your heels don't touch the mat, that's fine. And let's go for that pigeon on the other side. So when you're ready, let's go ahead, we'll take the left leg back on an inhale, and on an exhale, let's slowly bring that left leg forward. Get your hips nice and settled. Again, on either top of your bolster, padding, pillow, towel, whatever, or if you're not using a prop, that's totally fine as well. Once you've got your hips settled, let's go ahead, let's drape our upper body on top of the left leg. Take the same variation with the arms that you did on the last side. And perfect. I've got looking at the clock. We're going to hold this for 1.5 minutes. That's what we did on the last side, so we'll do it here again on this side. Try to get any wiggles, fidgets out, and just keep your body still as we slow the breath down. This time I'm going to zip my lips for this side. I want us to have a nice hold here in silence, a little mindfulness moment in our pigeon pose. But just a reminder, emphasis on elongating your exhalation, making your exhale twice as long as your inhalation. And then I'm going to zip my lips right here. All right, let's slowly come out of this pigeon pose. Come back onto the hands. Go ahead, tuck your toes, lift your right knee off the mat. Make sure your hands are firmly planted. And we'll take that left leg back to meet the right for downward facing dog. Go ahead, let's drop down on the knees. Remove your bolster, pillow, or whatever prop it is to the side. You can go ahead and take it out of the way. And actually, yeah, let's take it out of the way. It's not necessary. Or I will say, if you do have a bolster, a pillow would work as well too. This actually is nice. I will give this as an option. You can go ahead, bring your bolster in toward, have your bolster long ways, bring your bolster in towards you. And for this child's pose, our second yin pose, which I should have cued the legs too. I have my knees about width of the mat. My toes are touching. Again, I've got the bolster coming long ways, coming into my body. And then let's go ahead on an exhale. And you don't have to have a prop for this child's pose. You can just do a normal child's pose. We're just gonna take a nice hold here. So if you don't have a bolster, that's totally fine. If you have the bolster, once you come down, let's go ahead and drop your left ear down and let your arms just relax. And let everything just be heavy. And if you don't have a bolster or a prop that you're using, you're more than welcome to just drop your forehead down. Or if you want to do the same thing, actually, since we're doing a long hold, everybody can go ahead and drop their left ear down. It's all up to you. But if we're gonna be here for a while, if you want to drop your left ear down like we're doing if you have a bolster, go ahead and do so. And let's hold here. And if you've got the bolster, again, just let your whole entire body be heavy. Let your upper body be supported by the bolster, and let the weight of your body be supported by the bolster. Option 2, if you'd like to take your arms back behind you, use your hands and grab your heels. Or you can just let your arms relax at your sides. I think that's better. We're doing kind of a super relaxed child's pose. Whatever is comfortable for you all. Just gonna keep my arms out. If you have the left ear drop, let's go ahead and inhale, bring your head to center, and on an exhale, go ahead, let's drop the right ear down. And still just let your whole entire body be supported by the bolster. few breaths here. And then we'll go ahead on inhale. Let's bring the head back to center. Now, if you were using a bolster, go ahead and put that to the side. So I'm going to put it behind me. And let's go ahead. You'll bring your weight over towards the left, and we'll go ahead and bring our legs forward. And we're going to come down onto our backs. I'm going to undo my hair. This will not look very pretty as I undo my hair. My hair has been all pulled back and I haven't washed it in a while. So don't judge. But let's go ahead and lay down on our backs. We're going to do a couple spinal twists, and then we'll go into Shavasana to wrap this practice up. So, once you're in Shavasana, corpse pose, you have your spine in neutral. The timer will go off, just ignore it. I will fix it. Actually, I'll just go ahead and turn the timer off. No disturbance. Okay, here we go. So once you're in Shavasana, spine in neutral, let's go ahead and on an inhale, bring the right knee in. And for our supine twist, watch this. Before we bring the right leg over to the left, you're gonna see I'm gonna scooch my left hip over to the right so the hips stay stacked on top of each other. And then I'm gonna draw my right knee over towards the left, stretch my right arm out straight to the side, and maybe turn and look over my right shoulder. You don't have to though. Actually, I'm gonna keep my eyes up, keep my head in neutral, keep my eyes up, just because I've already done a lot with my neck today. But let's breathe here in this supine twist. Totally cool if your right knee does not touch the ground beneath you. It's also, I'm just demoing that so you see that. Your right knee that's twisting over towards the left does not have to touch the ground. But if it does, that's totally amazing. Let's go ahead on an inhale. Scooch the left hip back over. Bring your right knee back in towards the chest. And let's switch up the legs. Go ahead on an inhale. Bring the left knee in towards straight. Take a couple breaths. And then same thing, watch this. I'm going to scooch my right hip over to the left. And then I'm going to bring my left knee over towards the right. I'm going to bring my left arm out straight. I'll turn and look over to the left for a second. Then I'm going to bring my head back to neutral for what I said earlier. And let's take a few breaths here. Make sure you're fully breathing, even with this little constriction in the twist. And then let's go ahead and inhale, scooch the right hip back over, exhale, release the left leg, and let's come into Shavasana, final resting pose. And we're going to end this class in Shavasana, so I invite you to please take this resting pose for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Really enjoy this posture. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this class for us, but stay here, and I'll say namaste. The light within me honors the light within you. I look forward to seeing you all for another practice.